Hello, beautiful mamas. Welcome back to another mommy moment. I'm your host here in the Mother's Empowerment Circle. If you don't know me already, my name is Isabel, and I'm so excited to be here with you today talking about this important topic. I had a client specifically request that we have a conversation today about Wombifesting. So have you heard of this concept? Is it something that spikes your interest? Wombifesting, you're like, okay, it has something to do with the womb, something to do with festing, right? So let's unpack this for a minute. We've all heard of this word manifesting, right? Where we, imagine what we want and then we go out and we get it. And it has this kind of this aggressive quality. It's very masculine, which is wonderful in many ways, right? We do often need to go out and achieve our dreams and, master our demons, right? And today, I just want to offer another way, another option, because while we do have this masculine component within us, we all do, right? It's not about being male or men or manly. We all have this masculine part of ourselves. This is the part of us that really craves certainty and structure and, desires kind of a linear path for ourselves. And we have this other softer side, this more, feminine side, right? And so that is where Wombifesting comes along. Wombifesting is when, yes, we have that same vision, but rather than going out and achieving it and mastering it, we receive it. So we draw it to us. And this is what has really been powerful in my own life. And I have recently been using Wombifesting, and I want to share my experience with you. So let's think of a couple of ways that nature uses Wombifesting. The first one that comes to mind is the spider, right? I know some of you may think of a spider and want to crawl out of your own skin. But I want you to know that the spider is the symbol of Wombifesting because she crafts her beautiful web, right? She spins the silk. It comes from her own insides, and they're beautiful, right? You cannot argue that a web spun by this feminine creature, the spider, is breathtakingly beautiful often. It shines the light. It glistens with dew. And then it attracts what it wants to it. It doesn't have to go out and get it. And we can do the same thing. Another symbol of the feminine is the flower, right? The flower is rooted, right? The flower has deep roots often. And it's waving in the wind, right? So it's very flexible, and its scent, it gives off this fragrance. And that is what attracts the bees to it. And then the bees pollinate. So we have the same fragrance as feminine beings, but we need to really ground into that. We don't always need to be going out and doing, even in our role as mothers, right? There's often room to soften and be with what is, to know what we want, but to be so grounded in our knowing that this is ours, that we are open to receiving it, right? Another example of Wombifesting is our literal womb, or the egg, within our ovaries. So unlike the sperm, which, swim really fast, and the fastest one and the strongest one, gets the goal, the womb sits and waits, and she has those firm boundaries. She can say, no, you may not enter, or yes, you are the one, or in some cases, the two, you may enter, right? She just sits there, and in her complete abundance, in her all-knowing, she accepts what she desires to enter her life. So tell me, dear mamas, is there something for you? Is there something that you're waiting for that maybe in the past you've been struggling to get? But can you soften? Can you soften the struggle? You can soften your body even as I say it to you if something specific is coming to mind. And can you rest in the knowing that this dream is for you? If it's in you, I believe that it is for you. And it is coming to you. And the more receptive you are, the quicker it will come. But it doesn't always come at the speed that we want it to. So this may be a pregnancy that we want. This may be a career step up that we really are longing for. This could be a relationship that we've been just really pining for. And in the past, we've been doing all the dating apps and the, going out and the telling our friends. And my invitation to you is to soften the effort and really deepen into the knowing. And there are a couple of tangible ways I want to give you to really make Wombifesting part of your experience, your personal experience. And the first one is to create some white space in your life. So I don't know about you, but I can personally fill any void to capacity. So this includes my purse. Like, I have to be very careful to only carry a certain size purse, because no matter how big my bag is, and this happened to me also when I was carrying a massive diaper bag, I fill it. I have this desire that I need to fill the empty space. And that's a big burden to carry, like a physical burden. But then I do the same thing with my calendar, right? So if there's any empty space, I feel compelled to fill it with some activity, some meaningful activity. I do this with like my bookshelves. If there's empty space, I'm like, what can I put in that space? And that's not bad, right? But that is very masculine. That there is like, well, let me put something in this space. Again, there is a place for that. But my invitation for you in this moment is to allow for the space to be there. So allow there to be space in your calendar for just hanging out and attracting what you want by just being where you are, right? Not going after anything. Again, this can be uncomfortable. So I'm not saying, just be, as if it's like, come on, guys, just be. I'm telling myself this too. But from experience, I know without a shadow of a doubt how powerful this practice is of creating white space where we can just kind of go with the flow. And I want to know from you, is this something that comes naturally for you? Because I know for some women, being in the feminine, Wombifesting feels like completely natural. And maybe you are on the other end of the spectrum. Maybe your calendar is complete white space, right? Maybe you feel like you're just wafting in the wind. Maybe your bookshelves are just, completely empty, or everything is scattered. The unhealthy feminine is a possibility too. So maybe you have a bag, but you're so out in space that you forget to put your wallet and your phone and your keys in the bag. So this can be true for you too. And if that's the case, then I would encourage you to attract, to be in action. So approach it from more of a masculine perspective and to really consider the manifesting piece. the going out and the making it happen, because we all live somewhere on this spectrum, and in different parts of our lives, we're in different spaces of the spectrum. And this is something that I want to talk more about, but I also want to hear from you. Is this interesting to you? Do you like hearing about the difference between wombifesting and manifesting? And what's a dream of yours that you have not felt like you've been able to achieve yet, that you haven't had that traction on, that you're willing to apply this idea of wombifesting to? So you can leave that in the comments below. Again, mamas, it's such a pleasure to be here with you today. And please leave your dreams and whether you lean more towards wombifesting or manifesting in the comments below. I also want to let you local mamas know that I will be speaking at Main Street Mamas in San Francisco on May 16th. And this is an opportunity to spend some time with me. We'll be talking about how we can really live lives that are personally fulfilling. And one of the ways that we do that is by being very clear on what emotions we are feeling in the moment. I don't know about you, but so often I and many of my clients have emotions, but we don't even know what they are because we're so used to pushing them down. We're so used to this idea that our emotions, specifically the emotion of anger, is not okay. And then we pass that idea or that belief system on to our children. And so that's something that I want to talk about at Main Street Mamas on the 16th. And I want you, if you are local, to consider coming and consider participating in a conversation where we really dive deep into the components of what make up an emotion and how we are in charge of our own emotions. Nobody else can make us feel a way. We make our own selves feel that way. So it's not about controlling our emotions, but I am going to be offering ways to influence our emotions and acknowledging the ways we have influenced our past or current emotions, maybe even the ones we don't like. Okay, mamas, again, say hi in the comments. Let me know you're seeing this. Let me know what dream you are practicing wombifesting around. And let me know if you need support, because this is a way that I love helping my mamas. And you are welcome to book a free dream catcher session with me. And we can really dive deep into what do you want to wombifest in your own life? That doesn't have to be a tangible thing. Like I was saying about emotions, it can be an emotion or a state of being, right? Or just like a quality of life. It doesn't have to be like one single thing. I'll put the link to get on my calendar for your free dream catcher session in the comments below. You can go to isabelbridges.com/apply also. And I'm really looking forward to connecting with you there. Okay, bye ladies.